said he wants some passion, I'ma teach that boy a lesson. Got your bitch on her knees doing yoga, how she stretching. I don't got lemons, but I squeeze. No, I'm super fresh, life a breeze. Yeah, 2 big locks on my knees. Yeah, baby, this is Villon on my teeth. Yeah.
Keeping it cam right now. He just did the interview with 50.
For the younger audience, we had like a rap battle thing at one time. And 50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show.
Them niggas be on my dick, right? Them niggas ain't got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them niggas in their life, you heard? Both of them. Pause, though. Get off of my dirt. Yeah. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Shit, come on, man.
We never hear your side of the story. Cam was like, I thought we could pull it together. Next thing I know, I see Jim performing with 50.
That nigga ain't think nothing. He could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. He couldn't tell me nothing, nigga. Like, let's not get this shit twisted. Like, nigga, nobody could tell me nothing, nigga. I was my own boss. I did what I did as a fucking soldier, because I was a soldier, nigga. You heard? I had the soldiers, niggas. Niggas didn't tell me nothing. You heard? I did what I wanted to do. I seen the shit wasn't going right, so I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do for Jim Jones, because the nigga that was supposed to be the Don wasn't taking care of the Capo. Started feeling like the Gotti movie, you heard?
But what was the point where you realized I'm gonna have to do what the fuck I gotta do, because this shit.
I mean, it
was definitely the last straw.
There's nothing in my memory like, yo, that was the last straw, but it was just the sequence of the way things was going, and then it came to a point where I had to worry about who Jim Jones was moving forward. Then I was worried about anybody else, because nobody else was worried about me. I got to a point where I became famous too. There was a point where all the famous people know me. Then after that, it was like, shit, I'm just as famous as all the famous people. I can't do what I used to do for you. You heard? Somebody got to do that for me right now, because I'm super lit. You heard? But I put my life on the line for all of the shit, and you know, and everybody knew that. But niggas wasn't doing the same thing in return. When you start to feel like somebody want to see you do good, but not as good as them, you're like, oh yeah, I know what this move is about. You heard? Everybody don't got the mind of a real leader.
Who reached out to who when you went out to perform? Cause
I had Ballin'. I had the hottest record at the time. My record was hotter than 50's records at the time when Ballin' spanked out and shit like that. When Cam did this shit with calling the station up over the cot shit and all that shit, I felt that was childish. That wasn't, like, you don't press no real buttons, and you're not about to come outside when it's time to really get active, nigga. So how dare you do some weak shit like that that really didn't hold no merit? Like, you start going crazy over Koch, over a white man that been jerking us since we got signed there, and whatever backdoor deals you had with him served you more advantageous than it served me. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, so when that shit went on, I was like, that was kind of weak. That was corny, because at that time, there was no real beef. We was just the most powerful groups of individuals that's running New York at the same time. So in my mind, I was like, it's more advantageous for us to try to figure out how to start to move and do tours and really go crazy and figure out, because that we were sizzling, but this nigga was on Mars, nigga. These niggas wasn't doing regular shit. These niggas was doing fucking arenas every night. We doing clubs every night. We got the city and the urban communities on fire and shit like that. In my mind, I see an opportunity for us to really start. You heard? Like, we had all the power and shit like that. My mind ran different and shit like that. So when he did that, I'm like, damn, that fucked all that up. You heard? And then it was like, now you want to start a beef with these niggas over what, though?
So you never understood why he started beef with them?
Nah, I didn't understand that. I heard what the nigga said, oh, Koch was a graveyard and all this type of shit. I didn't give a fuck about none of that type of shit, you heard? Like, and it really hit me, I was on fire at that time. I don't care about what you say and shit like that. We on an independent label getting stupid though, like we did shit that nobody did in the game. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, that shit was whack. I don't like how this shit is going. I gotta start really doing shit that's gonna benefit me, because niggas will seem like you won't want to see nobody else win.
Right.
And I need to win. I gotta win in spirit. So, you heard? I didn't put all this work in for nothing. You dig? I didn't teach myself how to rap for nothing. I didn't jump all on this game to be famous for nothing. I need to capitalize and be just as famous as the most famous, most successful rich person in this game also. I'm now in the game.
I still gotta know, like, how did that work, you performing? Like,
They called me like, yo, you want to come out and perform at the show? Shit, yeah, I got the hottest record, I'm popping out. And I wish a nigga would look at me sideways, think they gonna do anything funny. I'm with all of that. We'll boom this shit up. It'll be nasty in New York. That's how I was living back then. That's what I was on. I wasn't on nobody's friendship. I was in there like a pirate. What's up? What's up? That's how I was. You dig? Like, hope everybody be calm, because y'all know this shit gonna go way left real quick. You dig? I'm here for what I need out this shit.
Right.
It's that crowd to hear me do balling, and let me get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so it wasn't no deep thought like this is like, nigga, it's an opportunity. I gotta go.
Yeah, I wasn't going there to do nothing genuine at all. Them niggas couldn't even dress. But he had a platform for me to perform on in front of thousands of people in New York. Yeah, I'm taking that. It started with Mase. He didn't do the right thing.
That's the one question I wanted to ask you. I'm a little bit too young to understand. Like, I just was able to be like a teen. Like,
I watched Mase shit on Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch like all the time. You heard? Like, I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard? Cam and Mase were so-called best friends, grew up together, and R.I.P. Huddy. Like, I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say, is that I wasn't there for every single thing.
What was your problem with Mase? Like, how did that all happen? Because that was Cam, man, like you said.
Cam enemies were my enemies. Okay. Anybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should and shit like that. Like, being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like, he was trying his best to make sure that Mase stayed as safe as possible. But Mase had got that money and lost his motherfucking mind, as he's supposed to, man. He grew up in a kid that doesn't have what most of us had. He was probably more or less fortunate than most of us. Didn't have the sneakers, didn't have all that shit coming up. So him having the first bit of success out of all of us and really getting to a bag, he just went crazy like most people do and shit like that. Shit, I had my times where I went crazy with that bag. It'd just be too much. Yeah. You dig? But the people I loved, I still love them today. You know what I mean? The people that I consider to be the ones that's gonna help me in this journey, I still love them today, and we still have great relationships and shit like that. It ain't got nothing to do with Cam and them and shit like that. We all have our own group of people that help us along with this journey and shit like that.
So now that you see Cam and Mase together having their own show, how did that shit make you feel when you seen them come together after everything that you did?
I seen crazier shit happen. I know brothers that shot brothers and shit like that. So for friends to get back after a world of whatever they went through, it's not surprising to me and shit like that. But I see they don't talk about the days of being shit on, you heard? They don't talk about the things that separated them and shit like that. So, you know, it's funny. But
50 Cent responds to Jim Jones via IG. Quote, "Laugh out loud, individual one calling the shots out here. I know you working, so please don't say gangster-ish to me, individual one." Then he goes on to show the actual paperwork from the 6ix9ine case involving Jim Jones, showing that he was the only one not indicted that was in the transcripts of the wiretaps. Shit. This is a tangle where we weave. Pause this screen and read it if you need to. So we got more controversy in New York, man. This time it ain't with Black Boy Max and 50 Cent. So we got more drama in New York City, man. This time it's from the OGs, man. Jim Jones, Cameron, 50 Cent Mase. So as you seen in those clips, Jim Jones just went and did an interview with Justin LaBoy on his podcast, Respectfully. Y'all go subscribe to Respectfully. Go to, I think it's under Justin LaBoy. I think that's his channel. I have it pinned in the description. And you know, Jim had, you know, one thing about Jim Jones, man, Capo gonna speak his truth and he ain't really gonna bite his tongue. And, you know, I think that comes from him having to be an independent hustler after coming from a group. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think Cameron put him on, you know what I'm saying? And when everybody split and did their thing, the Dipset, he had to find his way. He ended up going through a bunch of shit too with Max B and Stack Bundles and Bird Gang and all this different, the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? But he ultimately, you know, found his way to the end of the tunnel, or to the light at the end of the tunnel. But, you know, he spoke his truth about the Cam situation, especially like the Cam and Mase. You know, basically, you can't knock him for having to do what he had to do. Now, would I would have went over there and fucked with the opposition? Nah. If my nigga in the middle of a beef with some niggas and me and him ain't cool, or it's not like we fell all the way out, we ain't just like fuck each other, then why would I go over there and do a show with 50 Cent if I know that my nigga Cam is beefing with 50? You know, that's just, and I know 50 because 50 pay. And those type of games that 50 play is, he pay to play, you know what I'm saying? So he gonna pay this, and he gonna, you know, 50 he gonna spend that money to get revenge if he got to. We seen him do it with Rick Ross and his baby mama. We see him do it with a lot of people. You know what I mean? 50 Cent is a calculated chess player when it comes to this beef shit. Everybody know that. So it was kind of crazy that after, you know, Cabo ended up speaking on like the Cameron and the Mase thing, how Mase used to shit on Cameron. They was flunking him out, treating him like a little nigga, and just, you know, doing him dirty from the vague, you know, statement that Capo made. It was only right that, you know, 50 had to say something, man. I don't know. I feel like it's something else behind the shit that we don't know, because it's like, damn, that's why 50 go so hard on bro. You know what I'm saying? And show the Tekashi 6ix9ine paperwork, because everybody always said, that was the thing that everybody said, why didn't Jim Jones get indicted? He's the only one on the paperwork that didn't get indicted. That's a whole, you can go down a YouTube wormhole of that. So many clubhouses have been brought up about that. So many people have, man, listen. So I just feel like, I don't know, I think it was when Jim Jones was like, yo, them niggas couldn't even dress. Like, like 50 Cent weren't the worst dressers. They was like t-shirts and shit. They was dressing like jerseys and t-shirts, regular niggas at the time, I would think. They wasn't on like super designer status, like chrome hearts and all that. You know, 50 made G-Unit clothes, and they was wearing their own shit after a while. You know what I'm saying? Everything from head to toe. And I think I seen an interview where 50 said he used to pay the G-Unit to wear the clothes. Like they got an extra bonus check to just wear the clothes, like $50,000 to $100,000 every month or something, or something like that, a good amount of money. You know what I'm saying? I would have been rocking the fuck on that shit faithfully. You hear me? But 50 he's a, I don't want to say he's a shit starter, but if you start shit with him, he going for the finish, the power driver. You know what I'm saying? The Undertaker, the tombstone. He trying to tombstone your ass, and he ain't let nobody forget about this Jim Jones on the Tekashi 6ix9ine paperwork thing. So I know Jim Jones gonna have some shit to say. Maybe, but I don't know. Jim Jones usually, I'll be honest, Jim Jones does ignore a lot of shit. And I just feel like I don't think Jim Jones expected that backlash, because he didn't really go in on 50 like that. But 50 said, don't be talking gangster, nigga. Don't even talk like you just running shit, or you just running me, or whatever. I think 50 trying to do an album rollout. This the new thing I'm thinking. Niggas gonna start dissing niggas for album rollouts, bro. But 50 has some shit to say to Capo, man, and it won't pretty. Individual one, he said. Don't be. And he got a picture of him filming, taking a picture with Jay-Z, Diddy, and Fat Joe. Like, specifically Jay-Z and Diddy. Like, that's why. Come on. Oh man. 2025, man. Old heads beefing, about 20-year-old beef, 25-year-old beef. Like, what the fuck, man? Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, man. Like, comment, notification bell. I'm gone. Yeah. Hey, make sure you subscribe to my other channels pinned in the description for exclusive content, and send me all reactions to the Discord that's pinned in the comments. Gang.